Welcome back, Crime and Coffee crew. We are almost there. We are at the Charlie Adelson Taking the Stand finale of Direct. Oh, please, God, let us get through this. All right, so bear with me here. We are going to start.
Everyone may be seated. Good morning, members of the jury. We are going to continue with the direct examination of Mr. Adelson. Mr. Rashbaum, when you're ready, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please, dear God, Rashbaum. Oh, yay. Look how much went over, guys. Look how much went over. I had to get a coffee. Tim Hortons, not a sponsor.
On call number UU, which is on May 4th, 2016, around 11 minutes into the call, it's a call with you and your mom. You ask your mom if everything is okay. And she says she doesn't want to talk on the phone. And you ask her whether you should come down, and you agree to meet the next day. Do you remember that call?
Yeah, I do.
What did you think when that call happened? Did you think that there was another activity?
Yeah, for sure.
And in fact, excuse me, on that morning, your mom had received a text in the early morning which said, "So you don't take me serious. You think I'm playing. You have some puta call me to see if I'm for real. If you think what Katie baby daddy did for you can't come back, you're fucking crazy. I want the number now, or I'm going after the 100K. The 100K that they're threatening to go after is what? Do you know what the 100K is?
The reward for the solving the murder of Dan Markel.
Okay. And you see that text. Did you go meet with your parents the next day on May 5th?
Yeah, I went down in the afternoon the next day.
And when you saw that text, did you take it as more threatening or less threatening than the prior activity by law enforcement?
Much more threatening.
And how were your parents when you saw them?
My mom was upset. I mean, she gets a message, a call, a text at 2:00 in the morning from some nut who may be a Latin King gang member, and maybe we're wrong, and it's not the police, and it is a Latin King gang member.
Now, at this point in time, though, what was your firm belief?
I was fairly certain it was the police.
So you have this discussion with your parents, and I think it was outside by the pool, right?
Yeah.
Community pool. Okay. And what do you and your parents decide?
I said it's more than likely the police, but it still could be some crazy guy who's not afraid. I mean, I'm very afraid of Sigfredo Garcia, so this person is obviously not afraid of him. So it could be a nut or it could be the police. I said, I want to hear him one more time to confirm that is the police. So when I spoke to them, I said, you know what, can you please call this guy up and record the conversation so I can hear him again.
Okay. Now, you leave your parents' house and you go to a friend's business. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I went to my friend Adam's office.
Okay. And at some point in time, while at the business, there is a call, and I believe this is YY. Well, before YY, there's a call where you're talking with Catherine Magbanua, right?
Yes.
And you tell her that you're going to call her from a landline, correct?
Yes.
Now, first of all, why do you tell her you're going to call from a landline?
Because I was just pulling into his parking garage and I was about to lose reception, get into the elevator, and I get bad reception in his office.
When you called her from the landline,
Yep.
did you call her cell phone or did you call another landline?
No, I called her cell phone and I told her I was calling her from a landline because if she didn't recognize the number, she may not pick up. So I was telling her I'm going to call you back in a minute, but I'm going to call you from the office.
Did you tell her, I want to call you from a landline to another number?
No, I wasn't trying to hide anything. I just wanted to have good cell service.
Did you do star 67?
No. I just didn't want her to see the number and not pick up because she won't recognize it.
Now, on May 6th, after some calls back and forth, your mom reaches the undercover, correct?
Yes, she does.
And we've heard that call with your mom, but what does she tell the undercover to do?
She says to him, go to the police and go get your reward. Call the police. If you know what happened, go tell them what happened and collect your reward.
Now, you and your mom had known what had happened to some degree for 20 some odd months.
I found out a lot in 2016 before I went into the restaurant, but yeah, we knew a lot more than the police knew.
Why didn't you go to the police and collect your reward?
I would have been killed. I didn't want to tell anybody. So they would have come after my family.
Now, after your mom speaks to the undercover, she speaks with you, right? And that's State's Exhibit CCC.
Yes.
And she says that she used a handpiece. You remember that?
Yeah.
What is the handpiece that she's referring to?
I'm assuming it was her cell phone, but I didn't know if it was her cell phone or she recorded it with an old-fashioned tape recorder or she did it.
And she says that there's a new app she loaded. What did you understand that to mean?
I guess she loaded an app on your telephone that allows you to record a conversation.
And she said, you asked her how long was the call, something to that effect. And she says that it was 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was significant to you. Why was it significant to you that the call was 8 minutes?
Because it meant the guy who was threatening wanted to talk for a while. And I mean, when someone's extorting you, they want something, they're straight to the point. They tell you what they want and what they're going to do to you if you don't pay. And an 8-minute call, again, wasn't the way it was done to me.
Now, during this call, there's words like patient used by your mom, models, dental models. Why is she talking the way she's talking?
I lectured my mom on being really careful about what you say, and I don't want to talk about anything involving the extortion or anything that happened. So she went overboard with some things. I mean, she could have been more blunt, but I mean, this was just her overall just being super careful.
Is your mom scared?
Extremely scared.
The next day, May 7th, do you meet with your parents?
Yes, they came to my house.
And what did you do with your parents when you met with them?
I went outside and my mom played the recording of the supposed Latin King gang member that was trying to extort my family for money.
And after you heard the recording, what did you think and how did you feel?
I felt so much better. I mean, I wasn't happy that the police thought that we did a murder, but I was very happy to know that it wasn't the Latin Kings that were extorting my family again, and that nobody was going to get hurt. Nobody was going to get killed. So I felt very relieved.
Now, DDD, which is a call on May 7th in the evening, is a call where you're talking about a CD and dropping the mic, and there's a lot of background noise in the back. First of all, where are you when this call is happening?
Okay, it was a Saturday. It was the Fort Lauderdale Air and Sea Show, and I was on a small boat with my friends, and they were blasting the radio, and I was drinking, and and that's when I made the call or picked up the call.
And why are you talking the way you're talking on the boat? How many people are on that boat?
There was like 6 or 7 people standing around me, and I wasn't about to let anybody know what was going on in my life.
And again, why are you relieved?
I'm relieved that it's the police. Nobody's going to get killed.
Because they might have thrown him overboard.
For 2 weeks was afraid that someone was going to get hurt her, and then someone else in the family was going to pay. My dad wasn't going to work. He thought he was going to get killed in the parking lot. And then after hearing that call, that's not a worry of mine anymore.
Do you remember when you found out that Sigfredo Garcia was arrested?
Yes, I do.
How did you find that out?
I got a text message. It was a text message I got.
And did you think that you were about to get arrested as well?
Did I fear I was going to get arrested?
Yes.
I didn't think I should get arrested, but I know that this was definitely the police that were doing this investigation, and know why they were doing it is they thought that we were part of this murder.
Did you ever reach out to Catherine Magbanua after the arrest?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because my friend, who's a close friend of mine, an attorney, called me up on the phone, and he said, do not call Katie and do not talk to anybody about this case or what's going on. And Katie never called me either.
With regards to Catherine Magbanua, when the arrests occurred of Catherine Magbanua, did you still think that she was not guilty?
Yes.
When did that opinion change, and when did you realize that she was actually the person behind the extortion?
It wasn't till 2019 when she went to trial, and she said that she never knew who Dan Markel was. She didn't say anything about what really happened. I found out then that she was cheating on me with Sigfredo Garcia, and she was sleeping with him at the same time she was with me. She was lying about that. And then I saw her bank account, and I was like, this girl's not broke. Like, I was getting played. And I saw all the money that was piling into her bank account.
And did all the pieces then start to come together for you?
Yeah. I realized what happened.
Now, we've heard some testimony that after the bump and after the arrest, your personality changed.
For sure.
Is that testimony true?
Yes, it is.
Why did your personality change?
I mean, the police thought that I was part of a murder. They released a probable cause affidavit saying that they want to arrest me for murder. I didn't have anything to do with the murder. I knew that there wouldn't be any evidence to show I had anything to do with the murder. But, it's scary as hell to think that you're one signature away from losing your life.
Now, we've also heard some testimony that throughout the years, you would get upset when you would see or hear the news about this case.
Yes, very.
Why would you get upset?
Because they don't have any idea what really went on. And I couldn't say anything to anybody.
Charlie, I'm going to ask you again.
Here we go, people.
Did you have anything to do with the murder of Professor Dan Markel?
Absolutely not.
Were you a principal in his first-degree murder?
Absolutely not.
Did you conspire in any way to murder him?
Absolutely not.
Did you solicit anyone to murder him?
Never.
One moment, Your Honor.
John?
Come on, Daniel.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Yay, we
Cross-examination.
did it. And we're going to stop it right there. 15 extra minutes. It's crazy how, but I want to do a video just on Georgia. So we are going to leave it there. And thank you all for joining me for the short 15-minute video. But hey, we're done. We're done with Daniel. Oh, that was a long one. But at least he only took 15 minutes of the next day. He didn't take any more of our time. So I will see you in the next video.